Surprisingly, it hasn't been senior quarterback Jamel Holloway that has to do with the success of Oklahoma this season. Sophomore QB Charles Thompson has been the main signal caller for the Sooners, leading the team in rushing and touchdowns. Quarterbacks are also the focus of the Oklahoma defense. It's simple. They don't even get a chance. Pistol Pete has reason to be excited. Oklahoma's in town, and all hats are off to Oklahoma State's best offensive trio in the nation, led by quarterback Mike Gundy. Gundy's favorite threat is Big 8 all-time reception and yardage leader Hartley Dykes. But the biggest part of the Oklahoma State trio is the nation's leading rusher and Heisman Trophy candidate Barry Sanders. It's an old Midwest interstate battle. We welcome you to Lewis Field in Stillwater, Oklahoma, where this afternoon the 12th-ranked Cowboys of Oklahoma State University will play host to the 8th-ranked Sooners of the University of Oklahoma. And the big factor today, it's going to be the wind. Gusts expected up to 40 miles per hour. Hi, everyone. I'm Roger Twibell. These two teams have met for a number of years, but unfortunately for Oklahoma State, Oklahoma's always had the upper hand. The last time the Cowboys picked up a victory, 1976, that game in Norman. The last time they won here in Stillwater was 1966, and the only time they've won here since 1932. Let's bring in Lee Corso right now. And Lee, Oklahoma State every year looks at this game as their big game. The Sooners, on the other hand, they look at Texas and Nebraska as their big games.
Yeah, because Oklahoma State never beats them, like you said. Now, Oklahoma State's a good football team, though. They've got 19-3 out of the last 22 ball games, and all 3 losses to Nebraska and Oklahoma. But it's a big game. There's 10 different bowls represented today.
You know, Oklahoma State University is a prolific offensive team this season. As a matter of fact, they lead the nation in scoring offense, averaging nearly 48 points a game. Can we expect them to put those numbers on the board against OU today?
I doubt it. I tell you, they have already scored 1 touchdown in the last 3 years against Oklahoma, so they've got to try to open the ball game up. Run a reverse, throw a pass, do something to loosen them up, and then on defense, don't panic. They panicked against Nebraska. Nebraska scored 35 points in the first quarter. They got to play it cool and don't panic on defense.
Oklahoma State's defense has been a problem the last couple of years. Currently, they're 95th in the nation in defense. But, Lee, they seem to play pretty good against wishbone teams. Can Oklahoma and their powerful wishbone exploit this defense?
Well, they should be able, because Oklahoma has moved the ball well against Oklahoma State. But remember, there's one thing important here. Oklahoma must do the things they do best, the triple option, fullback, quarterback, pitch. On defense, they got to contain and punish number 21, Barry Sanders. Try to intimidate him, because he's a key to the Oklahoma State offense.
And for the first time this year, for all of you folks who've heard about Barry Sanders, you're going to see him. He is a great back. There was recently a straw poll taken among people voting for the Heisman Trophy, and this just last week, and Sanders with the lead over Troy Aikman. Now, Lee, in my opinion, Sanders doesn't need a huge game today. A good game by Sanders, and more importantly, a win by Oklahoma State will do more for his Heisman chances than anything else.
Well, Sanders will get the most votes of anybody not playing quarterback position. But I also think the secret is 1989. He's got to battle Harris and Walsh, the 2 quarterbacks, for the 1989 Heisman Trophy. This is a big game for him.
Big game for Barry Sanders and for Oklahoma State University, as both Oklahoma State and Oklahoma in the battle for the Big 8 Conference title. And now the Sooners of the University of Oklahoma. And a few boos here in Stillwater to be expected, as now the Cowboys of Oklahoma State University. Thompson, the sophomore, is the quarterback. Leon Perry's the fullback from Orlando. The halfbacks, Eric Mitchell and Mike Gaddis. The split end is Eric Gross from Houston. The tight end, Adrian Cooper. The center is Mike Wise. The guards, Mike Sawatsky and Anthony Phillips, a Lombardi candidate. Taryn Manning and Mark Van Kiersbroek, the offensive tackles. Thompson's checking off at the line of scrimmage. Pitch it back. Gaddis to midfield. 50-yard line. Melvin Gilliam, the senior from Tulsa, knocked him out after the 50-yard gain.
Watch the fullback. The fullback goes the opposite direction. He pitches it to Gaddis, number 32. Gets an outstanding block by 64 Manning, who knocks two men down on the left side. And there goes Gaddis for a 50-yard run.
Second longest run from scrimmage for Mike Gaddis, a freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Marcus Jones from Port Arthur, Texas. Brandon Colbert and Sean Mackey, the defensive tackles. David Bailey, Devin Jones, the defensive ends. The backers, Torrance Cummings, getting the start this week, and Sindrain the third. The corners are Gilliam and Joe King. And the safeties for Oklahoma State, Lamar McGriggs and Rod Smith, back after serving a one-game suspension last week. Second down and 6. Artie Guess is in. He's split wide to the right. Adrian Cooper's in motion now to the other side. Gaddis. This time he gets little or nothing as he's knocked out at the 24-yard line by Joe King, the freshman right corner out of Dallas, Texas. 23. Perry. And that'll be very close to the first down. Torrance Cummings, the left side linebacker, and Brandon Colbert in on the stop. Cummings starting in the place of the injured Bobby Rayner. First and 10. Thompson keeps it, gets down to the 15-yard line. Melvin Gilliam, Joe King, the defensive backs. Kid Thompson's a better quarterback right now than Holloway was a year ago, as Leon Perry dives down to the 13-yard line. Third and 4 for Oklahoma. They're into the wind. Pitch back to Gaddis. Touchdown!
By number 25, Stafford. As you watch the bottom left-hand picture, you'll see a defensive man disappear right there. That was the block by number 25, Stafford, that allowed Gaddis, number 32, who Barry Switzer thinks is the next great superstar at Oklahoma, score a touchdown.
Yards, of course, the big run, the 50-yard run on the first play from scrimmage, and Oklahoma jumps out on top 7-0.
The quarterback, Thompson, is optioning. You'll notice he's optioning right here to the left. He puts the ball on the fullback. Somebody takes the fullback. He comes down. They pitch it immediately, but right there, the block by number 25, Stafford, was the reason why number 32, Gaddis, could score. Now watch number 25, the top right-hand side of your picture, right there, get the block. That's the secret that sprung Gaddis, number 32, for the touchdown. One great thing about
the quarterback is Mike Gundy from Midwest City. Garrett Limbrick, Barry Sanders, the running backs. Limbrick, a great blocker. Hartley Dykes, Jared Green, the wide receivers. The tight end is Vance Weiss. Up front, John Bovair is the center. The guards, Chris Stanley and Jason Kidder, and the tackles, Mike Wolf and Byron Woodard. The nose guard is Tony Woods from Colorado Springs. Scott Evans, leading sack man for Oklahoma, and Curtis Williams, the tackles. The defensive ends, Wayne Dixon and James Good. The linebackers, Kurt Casper, Frank Blevins, are leading tacklers. Jerry Parks and Scott Garl, the corners. Ken McMitchell and Kevin Thompson are the safeties. And there's a flip back. Gundy has got to run with it, and he doesn't do that very well as he leans forward to the 33-yard line.
Stayed back and watched number 11, Dykes. Now remember, 21 got the ball, flipped it back to Gundy, who's now moving around, and now the play is wrecked. Now he's just got to fall down and hope he doesn't get hit by those big gorillas.
Third down and 11. Gundy finds Dykes, and it's not going to be enough for the first down. 10 yards on the pickup. It was 3rd and 11. And Hartley Dykes said, this is the year I've got to do it against the University of Oklahoma.
No matter what happens, this is a good call.
Sanders, and he doesn't get it. Sanders did a little dance at the line of scrimmage, and the man there, Scott Evans, the sophomore from Edmond, who Barry Switzer calls the best defensive player in the Big 8.
The reason I said it was a good call, they've got to try to do something to take away from the play from Oklahoma. Obviously, they can't stop Oklahoma. They got to keep the ball. But watch number 78 right there, Evans, comes in and makes a good play and knocks Sanders down before he can get there. There's a man hurt on the field.
It's 22, Kevin Thompson, as he was coming up to look at the tackle being made, and as he was leaving the field, he twisted his knee and fell down. Knee injury. As Oklahoma, good field position, 1st and 10 from the 44, and Gaddis! He could go all the way! Touchdown, Oklahoma! Man, does this look like the Nebraska game?
In the middle, watch the center. 65 wide, drive a man deep. Number 53. Drain takes him out of the play, and that's all Gaddis needs. He's fast enough to outrun number 2 Gilliam, and it's a touchdown for Oklahoma.
And with 10:21 to go, first quarter, Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 14-0. You know Pat Jones is going to get second guess for going for it on 4th and 1. Lee, you said it was the right call at the time.
The reason is because they can't stop on defense, right? They might as well try to keep him off the field. But this play was just a great block in there by number 65 White. 6'6", 270, a former offensive tackle who just blew the men off the line. And anyone, you or I, could have run through that hole that Gaddis man all the way for a touchdown.
6'2", 205, a freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Gundy and the option pitches to Sanders, and 3 men hit him over on the far side. The first man there was James Good, and Scott Garl, the senior safety, was also there. So they said they wanted to hit Sanders early, and they wanted to hit him often.
A little reverse option. A quarterback will reverse pivot, come down the line of scrimmage. He pitches off the outside man. But ladies and gentlemen, 39 is good enough to take the quarterback and the pitch. Oklahoma is in trouble. Oklahoma State's in trouble.
Down in 9. Sanders, 3 carries, 5 yards. Near side, the completion. Jared Green, number 19, made the reception, and that'll be enough for an Oklahoma State first down. Jerry Parks on the coverage, 12 yards on the pickup.
It's important that Gundy and Oklahoma State get something on the board going with the win.
2nd and 9. Dykes in motion to the near side. Gundy throwing on the run to Dykes. Great catch inside the 20. Down to the 16-yard line. Hart Lee Dykes, the all-time leading Big 8 receiver.
Gundy starts to drop back. He wants to throw the ball to the right. The line is giving him good protection in there. 73 Kidder gets a good block on the lineman. Now he starts to scramble. Watch the one-handed catch by Hart Lee Dykes. Oh, that was sensational. That's the play at Oklahoma State.
Pass Gundy needed to complete. Now Sanders on the pitch. Breaks 2 tackles. Look at him drive inside the 10. Down to the 9-yard line. Barry Sanders, 5'8", 197, a junior from Wichita North High School. In 2nd down and 2 from the 10. Sanders fumbles. He gets it back. And he's very close to the first down. Pat Jones knew he had something special when he recruited Barry Sanders, because Kansas State, and Tulsa, the only other schools to recruit him, they brought him in with freshman orientation. The first thing they did, they tested him the vertical leap, 41.5 inches, and Jones says, I'm a better recruiter than I thought I was. Gundy checking off now at the line of scrimmage. When in doubt, go to Sanders, inside the 5, spinning to the 3. He's so very strong. He runs so low to the ground, and 1 man cannot tackle him. For less than 7 minutes to go, first quarter, Gundy will roll out. Gundy now tucks it under. Gundy, touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State come up this time real fast before the Oklahoma team could get set up. Number 34, Dixon, gets good support, but there goes Gundy.
First quarter, Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 14-7.
1-point lead, Roger.
Thank you very much, Tim. Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. I was going to say, should they go to Gaddis again on first down? No, they didn't. Perry did it. Let's take a look at that touchdown.
The rollout, Gundy, number 12, is trying to get the ball to Dykes, number 11, but he can't. Good pressure by the Oklahoma team. He cuts it back, and right here, determination gets the touchdown for Oklahoma State.
The left knee might have been down, Lee.
Depends on who you're rooting for. Now, watch this. This is what I like right here. He protected the football. Notice that? He protected the football and runs across.
Thompson, outside. At the 31-yard line, he's got enough for the first down. And the University of Oklahoma, sophomore quarterback Charles Thompson, who is probably not as good a passer as Jamel Holloway, but Barry Switzer said he's a much better runner regardless of Holloway's knee. First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Thompson across the 40 to the 41-yard line. 5th season at Oklahoma State. These two guys make commercials together. They're on TV all over the state of Oklahoma. They have a good time with each other. There's a great camaraderie between these two. But as you all know, Lee, today forget it, right? First quarter, 2nd and 1. Fumble! Thompson and his center, Mike Weiss, misfired on the snap, and Oklahoma's going to come up with it. Open one. The fullback, Perry, and that's going to be close. Leon Perry, Jr. from Orlando, Florida. He's 6'1", 223 pounds. Last carry, enough for the first down. And Thompson checking off at the line of scrimmage. Pitch back. Anthony Stafford. Stafford, who's been out with an injury, and this is his first action in a while. Sim Drain, the linebacker from Stillwater, makes the tackle. He's number 53. Stafford's a senior out of St. Louis. A couple of interceptions this year, one for a touchdown. 2nd and 3. Gaddis inside the 40 to the 35-yard line, and what a good-looking freshman Mike Gaddis is. Gilliam and Smith in on the stop, and Gaddis, who has a couple of touchdowns and over 100 yards already, gets about 12 more. Oklahoma State had over 60 tackles coming into this game. 1st and 10 from the 35. Gaddis with 123 yards already. First man through is Perry, and he leans down to the 30, possibly the 29. Let's go to Tim Brando. 2nd and 5 for the Sooners. Thompson's got room. Thompson inside the 20, tiptoes down the sidelines, and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Torrance Cummings, a junior from Fort Smith, Arkansas, was a man that ran him out.
Takes the ball, fakes it to Perry, comes down the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback the option. Now watch. Boom. He's gone, number 1, and there goes Thompson down the sideline. It's physically impossible for Oklahoma State to stop Oklahoma when Oklahoma's running its option because they're so much quicker. SC with the I formation tailback. Perry is an outstanding fullback. He's the key to this offense.
2nd down, Perry, touchdown Oklahoma. And with 2:35 to go, first quarter, Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 21-7.
Fullback belly play made famous by Woody Hayes. Number 68, Phillips knocked number 91 Colbert to the inside, and then watch the body lean. Excellent dropping of the shoulder by Perry, number 2. As you said, 223 pounds, a strong running back from Orlando Jones High School.
A 1st and 10. Sanders across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Dante Williams, number 98. Another one of those Oklahoma players that has been injured and is back this week. Well, Barry Switzer told us the other day that both Oklahoma State and Nebraska actually had more returning lettermen. As a matter of fact, Oklahoma State had more than both Oklahoma and Nebraska.
Oklahoma will be number 1 in the nation preseason next year.
Sanders, look at the spin! Sanders across the 40 to the 42. The yards will come hard today for Barry Sanders. Scott Garl, 49, the right side corner, made the tackle.
They're going to try to punish him. A little misdirection play. The left guard, number 59, Stanley, gets a good block, and there goes a nice spin move by number 21, Sanders. Remember I said at the top of the show.
1:30 left to go, first quarter. 3 wide receivers, Dykes in motion now to the near side. Gundy will run with it. And across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He's going to tuck it under. He finally throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Brent Parker. And Parker had a chance to catch it, didn't come up with it. Kevin Thompson was back on the coverage, so with 13 seconds left to go in the quarter, Oklahoma State's going to have to punt it at the half. Oklahoma State into the win. Barry Sanders to the 19-yard line. Every yard's going to be tough for that young man today. He had a great game against Kansas State a week ago. 300, some great backs in the Big 8. 2nd and 7. Gundy to Dykes. That's a first down at the 26-yard line. Away, 2nd quarter from Stillwater, Oklahoma. 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. Gundy to throw again. That's Parker, 29. Parker to the 45-yard line. Brent Parker, the sophomore from Mission Viejo, California. That young man was the 400-meter high school champion in the United States a few years back.
And he sure does a nice job of juking number 8 Parks right out there. Number 29 Parker will get it. It's one-on-one. Parks breaks down, but Parker gets away from him and makes a great play.
17 yards on the pickup, and not only the wind, they're going into the sun right now. Sanders, look at him scoot. Not enough moves and not enough room right there as he loses a yard on 2nd and 10. Penalty markers down. Dykes with the catch at the 45-yard line. It's enough for the first down, but there is a penalty marker down, and that's the first one thrown today.
I think you'll see that the man in motion was moving towards the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped, and therefore it was illegal procedure. 5-yard penalty against Oklahoma State.
Trails 21-7, 2nd and 15. Gundy finally has to eat it. At the 37-yard line, it was James Good, the second leading sack man for the University of Oklahoma, now with his 6th sack of the year. 15. Intercepted. Oklahoma with the interception. Texas with his first interception of the year.
Wayne Dixon drops off. He's supposed to rush the passer, but on the left-hand side of your picture, you'll see number 34 just sneaking around looking for the tight end right there. The reason why that play was intercepted is they never expected Dixon not to rush the passer, and he was sitting there waiting for the interception.
It's Thompson. He keeps it. He could go all the way. One man left. Finally dragged down at the 7-yard line by Melvin Gilliam. 47 yards on the pickup.
And watch the option to the right. They could score 60 points at least against Oklahoma State because of the quickness. Number 65, Weiss, the center, is down the field and makes a great block right there to allow Thompson, number 6, to go almost all the way. They've got so much more speed in Oklahoma State, but they don't stop themselves.
2nd and 4. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Pitch back. Boy, Thompson nearly lost it, and not much there. 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Fumble. They tried to get it to Perry. Oklahoma State has it. One tech. And he said, well, if it happens, I'm going to be over there playing the game. It's not going to be a big deal to me. Gundy. Can't get rid of it. He had a man open downfield. Jared Green was there as number 98, Dante Williams, and number 99, Tony Woods, in on the sack. And out of the shotgun, Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State. Well, he's got all sorts of room to run it if he wants. And he's caught from behind. A penalty marker is down. Wayne Dixon came from behind and got him, and that's probably going to be a face mask call. And he's doing it today.
This is a planned rollout. This actually was a play that looked like a run, a pass, but turned into a run. And there's 34, Dixon reaching out and getting him by the hand. Now, if it's a 5-yard penalty.
On the defense, 5 yards, first down.
Incidental.
Thank you, Tim. 14 carries, 45 yards for Barry Sanders. 2nd and 6 for Oklahoma State. Gundy, the option. Sanders spins. Sanders has a chance. He could go all the way. Barry Sanders is caught from behind at the 6-yard line by Jerry Parks, the freshman from Fort Bend, Texas.
Beautiful option play by Gundy, number 12. He comes down, he gets knocked down by 34 Dixon. Sanders avoids one man, and Parks, Jerry Parks, his 4.4 speed, catches him from behind. Sanders is laboring there, but a tremendous play.
That's his 15th carry of the day. 14 previous carries, hard yard. First time Lee in the open field.
Number 12, Matt Mitchell from Indianapolis, Indiana, missed him. And there goes Sanders. And here comes Parks.
And 3 touchdowns. And today, he's 17 carries, 118 yards. And he's out of the lineup right now as Gundy's going to throw a Dykes touchdown.
It's exactly the same play that Gundy scored a touchdown. It's a rollout designed to get to number 11, Dykes. He does get it to him.
He kept it low and strong into the wind. And Oklahoma State is pulled to within a touchdown with 5:06 left to go in the first half from Lewis Field in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And he's finally done it.
The big play also was the penalty on 3rd down. Well, Oklahoma State was stopped, but Oklahoma had a 5-yard penalty that gave him the first down.
8 plays, 89 yards, time 3:48. Dykes the 4-yard touchdown reception.
Out of bounds there. It's better to run out of bounds.
White, face mask on the orange, where you re-kick. Replay the down.
They're going to re-kick it right now. Gaddis country. 4:52 to go. First half, 21-14. Gaddis on first down. Gaddis across the 45 to the 48-yard line. And he has done a great job on first down.
One way and come back. And now number 68, Anthony Phillips, cleans out part of the line, and then Gaddis moves forward. One of the things that happens when you play on an option team is you get so concerned about the option, you forget about the middle traps.
He had 234 yards rushing coming into this game. Gaddis again, and he's got all sorts of room. One man to beat. Gaddis inside the 20 to the 15-yard line, where Rod Smith, the junior from Tulsa, finally makes the tackle. The guy's a freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma.
The wishbone is impossible to stop if you do it properly. The fullback is taken by 1 man. They pitch it out to Gaddis, number 32, who eliminates 2 men. There comes a great block by number 25, Stafford, who, if you remember, made the same block on the other side. And there goes Gaddis, number 32.
Gaddis with 185 yards now. Gaddis 185 yards rushing, the most by a Sooner so far this year. And a good defensive play there at the 15-yard line. Number 53, Sim Drain III. Ross is split to the top of your screen. And Thompson is stuck at the 11-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th down situation with 17, 27 yards on the attempt. With the wind to his back. And that was easy. That slams into the athletic offices, the football offices here at Oklahoma State University. So with 2:08 left to go in the first half, the Sooners move out to a 10-point lead, 24-14 for last year now. On the season, 11 of 16 in field goals. Wind kicked up. We've got bowl represented, 17 gentlemen here from 10 different bowls. The Fiesta Florida Citrus Freedom Gator, which you'll see on ESPN. Hall of Fame you'll see on ESPN. The Holiday Bowl, also an ESPN game. Liberty, Orange, Peach, and Sun. And I'm told that the Holiday Bowl would like a verbal commitment after the game today from Oklahoma State University. They'd like to match them up with Wyoming because Oklahoma State is the last team to beat Wyoming.
One of the top
they did it last year.
One of the top teams to go to the Holiday Bowl was the Indiana team, but they got upset today, so that means
Oklahoma State 120. That in the first half. That with 2:08 to go. And here come the Cowboys. Sanders has got room to the outside, and he just can't get there. He is stuffed at the 18-yard line. And the man making the tackle is James Good, number 39.
It looks like the Oklahoma front line defensively is stronger and quicker than the Oklahoma State offensive line. It looks like that Gundy, number 12.
Good. Remember, Oklahoma has 1 timeout left. 3rd down and 7. Gundy's got Dykes wide open, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Dykes was wide open, and it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Boys of Oklahoma State say no problem. We'll take that 10-point deficit. We're going at halftime. We'll try to get this thing together, and we'll try to beat Oklahoma for the first time in Stillwater since 1966. We're at halftime at Lewis Field in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and the University of Oklahoma holds a 24-14 lead against the Cowboys of Oklahoma State University.
Alabama in the third quarter, and the Tide leading 15-10. Quarterback David Smith finds Lamont Russell, his junior tight end. He's hit by number 24, Mike Mays, right here, fumbles the ball. Jimmy Young, number 5, the SMU transfer, recovers. That leads to this play. Tommy Hodson having a poor outing to this point, hitting Tony Moss. And he will go 49 yards for the score. And LSU, that had been trailing 15-0, has a win. Roger, let's take a look at the Miami Hurricanes. Steve Walsh going to work here. He'll look downfield 33 yards to Randy Bethel for the touchdown. 10-0 now. They lead Tulsa in the Battle of Hurricane. Once again to Tuscaloosa we go, Roger, and Alabama driving. Watch David Smith on 2nd and 14 convert, and a great catch. 1 foot in is all you need, and Marco Battle had it. That led to a 20-yard field goal, the 4th of the day for Philip Doyle. 5.5 minutes remain in Tuscaloosa, and Alabama now leads LSU by 2. Roger? How did the former #1 team do today, Roger? Well, we're about to show you. The UCLA Bruins had a tough time in Eugene, Oregon against the Ducks. Watch here as Brian Brown breaks a couple of tackles, gets 1 good block, and then it's just speed. 68 yards he goes, and the Bruins get back on the W side. 16-6 over Oregon. Let's get another Heisman Trophy candidate. Well, Rodney Peete is watching his defense score against California. Here's Troy Taylor. This pass is picked off by Cleveland Coulter. He runs it back 20 yards for the touchdown. It's now 7-3 USC. But could it be Barry Sanders is now ripping the Heisman away from Tinseltown? As if somebody came out of the press box and said, Pete, you better get hot. And Hot Rod did. Here's a touchdown pass from Rodney Peete to Scott Galbraith. He has 100 yards passing in the first quarter, does Rodney Peete. The Trojans lead Cal 14-3.
Which would be good entire game stats for a lot of teams, except for the pass completions. Oklahoma 0 for 2. Oklahoma State 6 for 11. No passing yards. 77 for OSU. Then the rushing lead.
307 yards, mostly on the option play to the outside. Oklahoma does not have to run any other plays except the triple option, and they might score every time, if not every other time, against Oklahoma State. It's going to be a lot of gold at the beginning. Gold, touchdown, gold, touchdown. They come out and scored 3 times in a row. Then they had a punt because of the field position. They went down and fumbled and stopped themselves, went down and kicked the field goal. Oklahoma is an outstanding offensive team.
In the first half at all. 3rd down and 5. Oklahoma 3 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Thompson tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Number 57, Sean Mackey. The right defensive tackle from Marlow, Oklahoma, with a big defensive play.
One of the wishbone is to get penetration. Watch number 57. He actually gets in the backfield that causes Thompson to trip up. Very, very fine play by 57 Mackey.
Now Sanders standing at the 46-yard line. Spiraling putt short, and a little bit of a mix-up there as Mike Clark makes the fair catch at the 45. 35 yards on the punt. Great field position. Now their possessions lead.
They didn't do anything at the beginning of the ball game, and they were down 14-0, but they came back and scored a touchdown and put them back into the ball game. They punted, but now this is the key part right there. That drive got them back into the ball game.
Dykes and Jared Green split to the top of your screen. As Sanders trying to go outside, reverses his field, cuts up, and Sanders a couple of tough yards. Nothing's been easy today. They get it back to number 17, Curtis Mayfield, and Mayfield inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Mayfield, a 6-foot, 176-pound sophomore, the fastest man on the field for Oklahoma State. And this is Sanders at the half against Miami of Ohio, A&M, Tulsa, all over 100 yards. Colorado 95, Nebraska 141, Missouri 83, Kansas State, and then today, and Barry Sanders against Colorado and Missouri, the 2 wishbone teams, fewer yards rushing. Down in 4. They pitch it back to Sanders. He needed to get down to the 34-yard line, and he comes up short. Now, Oklahoma State does have the wind to their back. Oklahoma State University on 4th down in 1988, 5 of 7, so that last time they tried it was the first time they missed on 4th down this year. This is 4th and 1. Sanders doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Curtis Williams, 93, came busting through, so they waste a timeout. and they don't get the first down.
And they don't get it because they go inside. You cannot run the ball inside. Watch the defensive line from Oklahoma. The linebacker stuffs number 32, Limbrick, and that you cannot go inside against Oklahoma on short yardage. They're too strong. Notice the penetration. 93 Williams.
As Charles Thompson will hand it to Perry right up the middle. So after they really had their first good defensive effort of the game, and they're in great field position, they don't take advantage of the situation and
Bounding from something like that.
2nd and 5. 2 wide receivers now for Oklahoma. As Thompson, well, that's a great athletic move there as he gets to the 45-yard line, close to the first down, a couple of yards short.
Change the defensive front Oklahoma State has to covering the guards, and they're more tight inside.
They're pinching in a little bit.
Absolutely. You can see the difference from up here.
3rd down and 1. Everybody in tight. Thompson pitches it back. Gaddis has the first down as he's knocked out right at midfield. As Artie Guess splits out to the far side. Thompson trying to turn it back up, gets inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. As Devin Jones, 31, one of the men in there, and also number 53, that's Sim Drain, the third, and he's going to make more than the Oklahoma State defense hold again. Perry right at the middle, and they did. They stopped him. Sim Drain, the man on the tackle, and now Barry Switzer will be faced with a decision on 4th and 1.
He'll punt it. Okay, now I'll tell you why he's going to punt it. Number 1, he's leading by 10, but number 2, there is no way that they're going to drive the ball 90 yards against Oklahoma.
Go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10, and Gundy wants to go up top. Finally throws it, intercepted. Intercepted by Oklahoma, and over there, Kirk Casper, number 46, his 2nd pickoff of the year on a very, very bad pass by Mike Gundy.
Notice he holds up. Now he rushes the passer from the outside. He's got good containment, good athletic ability to move outside and force Gundy to throw it. Gundy was trying to throw the ball away, and number 46, Casper, from the left-hand side of your picture, just look, comes right in the picture.
Oklahoma now. And Perry right up the middle. Cummings makes the stop, but Oklahoma splits out Adrian Cooper, the tight end, to the top of your screen on 2nd and 6. Perry right up the middle again, and they're content with that play as he picks up another 3.
They could run outside like this time right here.
Perry, I don't know if he's praying down there or, well, he's having a cigarette.
He's puffing a little cigarette, trying to hide from the television cameras.
I guess he's a little nervous, huh? 24-14. 6:40 left to go. 3rd quarter. Gaddis is hit hard at the 15-yard line. He's short of the first down on 3rd and 3. Sim Drain was the man, along with Torrance Cummings, that hit him. And on 4th and 1, the Sooners will go for it. Perry, I don't think he got it. He had to get inside the 15-yard line, and the official is standing behind the 15.
Oklahoma went over their right guard, number 68, Anthony Phillips, because he's a first-team All-American, great prospect. This afraid. Look, you haven't beat. You scored 1 touchdown in 3 years against these guys. Keep throwing it.
Well, they've gotten 2 more today, so that's a plus for Oklahoma State on 2nd and 7. Gundy checking off at the line of scrimmage now. Throws it quick out to the far side, and Parker has enough for the first down at the 26-yard line. Brent Parker tackled each team now. 1st and 15. 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Gundy's got to scramble again. Finally hits his man, Sanders. Sanders still on his feet. Sanders across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And folks, he did it all by himself. It was supposed to be a screen, and he got in front of his blockers.
And they get the ball to him a lot of different ways. Oklahoma State gets the ball to him here. Now it's nothing more than a running play. But look, that's better than all the blocking in the world. He makes his own move, gets away from another guy, takes off, and number 12 catches him from behind.
His 13th reception of the year as Gundy throwing again. He's got Parker. Parker run out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that'll be close to another Oklahoma State first down. Jerry Parks on the coverage. He's checking off again as Oklahoma's showing blitz at the line of scrimmage. And Sanders will take it up the gut. He's inside the 45, and he's got the first down to the 44-yard line of Oklahoma, 53-yard line. Gundy rolling left. He's got nobody over there trying to get it against the grain, and he runs out of bounds. A penalty marker down as he's chased out at the 42-yard line on the far side. Scott Garl was one of the men given chase over there. And the holding call against Oklahoma State. Jared Green in motion to the near side. Boy, Lindrick was wide open out of the backfield and intercepted. Intercepted by Kevin Thompson, his 5th pick of the year, and he took it right away from Brent Harper.
29 is free, but watch him. Nice close on the ball, and he just took the ball away from him. 5'11", 191 pounds. Just stripped the ball away from him. Watch number 22. Good movement there.
5th interception of the year, and with the 3rd quarter, the Sooners have it. Pitch back. Stafford's got room to the outside. Across midfield to the 45-yard line, and an Oklahoma first down. Rod Smith, 45, made the tackle.
State changes their defense, so Oklahoma goes to a different kind of an option. It's called a counter option. They pitch it real quick. The Stafford 25, and there he goes.
Lee, they've got their tight end Cooper split out. They're not using a tight end. They've got 3 men in the full house backfield, far side. Thompson, not quite enough. Great athletic move by Charles Thompson to turn a no gain into a gain of 5, but he comes up a yard short. And they're going for it.
All right, now.
This is the 4th time today a team has gone for it on 4th down. The 2nd time for Oklahoma.
They went over the right guard last time. They need to run the option, and they might score.
4th down and 2 now. Oklahoma State splits out their middle people. Thompson is going to keep it. He's got it. He fumbles. Sim Drain, a penalty marker's down. Sim Drain, 53, falls on it. Oklahoma State has it. Oklahoma State has it, and this is a fired-up bunch of Cowboys from Oklahoma State University.
Thompson runs the ball down the line. He's running the option. 31, the left-hand side of your picture. Devin Jones right there knocks the ball loose. And Oklahoma State dodges a bullet. He was on his way for a touchdown. The ball was stripped, and Oklahoma State's got the football.
Receivers now for the Cowboys, and they give it to Sanders up the middle, across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And folks, the wind is not much of a factor. It's 2nd and 6. Gundy nearly has it picked off, but it's caught. Lee Dykes makes the reception on the deflection. 10 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Gundy looking deep. Well, he had Dykes down there. Now he throws it to Sanders. Nice spin move to the 41-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 as we've completed 3 quarters of play at Lewis Field, Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Sooners of Oklahoma lead Oklahoma State 24 at the Oklahoma 41-yard line. Sanders has got the first down, still going inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for a Heisman Trophy candidate, Barry Sanders.
Number 51, Bovera, come off the ball really nice. But watch this right there. He's hit. The ball is trying to be stripped by number 78, Evans, but he drives himself forward. Watch number 78, Evans, try to strip the ball away from him, but he's strong enough to keep it right there.
Mayfield and Green split to the near side, and they'll go to Sanders! Outside! Barry Sanders! Barry Sanders to the 1-yard line! 30.
ISO play. Starts one way, comes back. It's a great block by number 33, Lindbrick right there. Makes a move and makes number 22, Thompson, miss him. Number 12, Matt Mitchell catches him from behind. But look at every single effort he gives. What a great effort by Barry Sanders.
That Sanders, if he would average 216 yards over the final 4 games, would break Marcus Allen's record, and he's in for the touchdown.
Offensive line surge, but watch the explosion, leg power. There's where that 42-inch vertical jump comes into play. What great.
13:37 left to go. Oklahoma 24, Oklahoma State. Thompson in trouble. He's stuck at the 30-yard line. 53rd down and 10. And of course, the Hurricanes with great success against Oklahoma through the years. Rodney Anderson is in at fullback right now. Thompson going downfield, nearly intercepted, and a beautiful defensive play by freshman Mike Clark. The intended receiver was Eric Ross, and Oklahoma has to punt it with 12:09 to go. It's 21, Mike Gundy, 1st and 10, and Sanders again. Barry Sanders across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Scott Garl, Kevin Thompson make the tackle, and for some reason, John Bovair, Jason Kidder, and Brian Woodard on that right side are blowing people out now.
And one of the reasons why it's working so well is that they're doing a good job of giving the perception they're lining up in a passing formation, and they're now running the ball straight at them. Good
33 carries, 195 yards, and lead fast feet.
And this is against Oklahoma. It's not the Sisters of the Poor.
It's not Kansas, and it's not Kansas State. Jared Green knocked out of bounds at midfield, and Oklahoma State has got confidence. Oklahoma State has got momentum, and end around. That's Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield. Mayfield to the 21-yard line. Finally, Kevin Thompson makes the tackle. Mayfield, who's a 7'2" high jumper, stopped.
What a great call. They ran Sanders to the right. They ran a little reverse play to Mayfield, number 17. The reason why that play worked so well is they used number 21, Barry Sanders, as a decoy.
Is starting to help him out. Gundy to throw. The reception by Jared Green, and another 1st down inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Jerry Parks, Ken McMitchell in on the stop. The hole up the middle, but plugged by Scott Evans, 78. Garrett Limbrick back in at fullback. Gundy going to Hartley Dykes. He makes the catch. Dykes makes the catch at the 1-yard line. 2. Sanders, touchdown! .8:45 to go, 4th quarter, and Oklahoma State with the lead.
Watch 32, Limbrick. Knockdown number 49, Garl. If 21 Sanders wins the Heisman Trophy, he ought to give a leg of it to number 32. Watch the good blocking on the line of scrimmage, but he knocks him down right there. Number 99,
Roger Gibbs.
Roger Gibbs gets a good block.
For Oklahoma State, another good one. 8 plays, 72 yards, time 3 minutes, 12 seconds, and Sanders with his 2nd touchdown.
They utilized every one of their weapons. Outside pass, a little draw play, a little reverse play.
1st and 10 from the 20. Thompson across the 25 to the 29-yard line. Charles Thompson brought down by Melvin Gilliam.
All players with great quickness.
Oklahoma looking to go 11-1 for the 4th consecutive year. Remember, they've lost 1 game already this year. 2nd and 1. Gaddis runs into the official at the 36-yard line, spins ahead to the 38, and he's got an Oklahoma 1st down. Now, patting it over. A tremendous evening by Gaddis and by Sanders on 1st and 10. Thompson out of the backfield to Perry. Still on his feet, across midfield to the 46-yard line. Leon Perry, the fullback, with just his 7th pass reception of the year. 17 yards in the pickup before Brandon Colbert made the tackle.
Nice call.
Well, you see, Gaddis has done something that no other Oklahoma back has done since '86. 2nd and 5. Pitch back. Gaddis, they're stringing it out. Good job by the Oklahoma State defense. They really covered the open side of the field that time. Torrance Cummings, the junior from Fort Tribal. Lee Corso back with you in Stillwater, Oklahoma. 3rd down and 4 for the Sooners. Gaddis. 1st down, Oklahoma, as he's inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And there is Mike Gundy. Thompson, good job by Thompson inside the 30 to the 29. Pitch back, Gaddis, or Stafford, excuse me, wasn't looking for it, and he falls on his own fumble back at the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Thompson to Gaddis. Gaddis fumbles the ball, recovered though at the 25-yard line. It looks like it'll be enough for the 1st down, and it looks like it's going to be enough for the 1st down.
A little hot screen, which means he throws the ball out there. Now it turns into a run. Good blocking by 68 down the field. Watch him get stuck right there. Ball is loose. Oklahoma falls on it.
And then you can see just shy of the 1st down. And 4th and inches. They run into each other, but I think he got it. Stafford and Thompson ran into one another, but it looks as though he fell forward to get the 1st down. Now, Lee, I thought
he calls it automatic, but they busted the play, but he's got enough presence of mind to drive it in there, and it looks like he might have made the 1st down.
Can you believe these last 3 plays for Oklahoma? Are they living right or what? Look at this.
You got to have a little luck.
And it's a 1st down. 1st down for Oklahoma with 4:06 left to go. Perry, good 2nd effort inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. They run out of the stadium tonight, Barry Sanders.
But he cannot play as long as Oklahoma has the ball and the clock moving. They've got the...
Thompson's got room. Thompson. Touchdown. State 31-28.
Oklahoma State took a chance. They put everybody up on a pitch man. They give Thompson just a crease, and boom, he was gone. He outrun 53, drain, touchdown Oklahoma. There's still enough time. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Sanders, Dykes, and Gundy have enough time.
He's going to go back to Norman with it.
As we look at it from another angle, you watch. He comes down the line. The quarterback has now got the ball. Number 98, Bailey takes the pitch out, which forces him to run it to the inside.
And a good block by Gross, the wide receiver on that side. Messed up, and they didn't lose the football.
Now Oklahoma's got 5 defensive backs in there. They're playing the nickel defense, trying to intercept the football.
Gundy down the middle, and he's got Dykes. Hartley Dykes is tripped up at the 30. Pat Jones told us yesterday they'd love to see the nickel.
11 Dykes goes down. He's going to run what they call a drag pattern, which means he comes underneath. He gets away from one man, and wow, number 22 Thompson saves a touchdown with that tackle.
2 yards on the last play. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State. Dykes got it to the 45-yard line. Lee Dykes.
Go to your superstars. He comes down the middle of the defense. Watch his concentration. He catches the football. Number 12, Mac Mitchell can't stay up with him. The reason why 2 minutes to go in the game.
2:05 to be exact. Oklahoma State with 2 timeouts left. And that pass, just off the hands of Jared Green. And 2nd and 10. Exactly 2 minutes left to go. Oklahoma 31. Oklahoma State 28. Quick out. Dykes has got it again. He slips at the 38-yard line. Call it 3rd down and 4. They give it to Sanders. He's got the 1st down. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Over the chains, the clock stops as Gundy brings him up to the line of scrimmage.
Title.
And it's not just the state title. They're going for the Big 8 title, too. Sanders. Sanders has got some room. Sanders to the 20-yard line. Just shy of a first down. The third best in his career. Gundy. Sanders. They get it to the 19. It's going to be close. And they keep the clock going. Now they stop it because they're going to have to measure it. That's going to be very close. And now a penalty marker is thrown.
Now, if it was a penalty, and if it was on Oklahoma State, it would be marked off right now because it was after the ball was dead.
And it was just short of the first down. Just short of the first down at the 19-yard line. Well, they are being ever so careful putting this ball down. Now the officials are going to talk it over.
It's the option play to Sanders, number 21. Keep your eye on the left-hand side of your picture and see if there's any penalties.
Dead ball. Personal foul. This one.
A personal foul is called against Oklahoma State. Limbrick was blocking, but you saw the man 41, Richard Dillon, pulling him out of bounds.
Loss of down now. It's fourth down.
Now it's loss of down. It's fourth down. The ball is back at the 34-yard line. And Pat Jones has got to take off his glasses. And what do you do here, Lee? Dykes is in the middle of the three. Fourth down and 14. Gundy has got Parker. Oh, he dropped it. Brent Parker dropped the football.
And feel what that man is going through. You have any idea. Number 29 gets in the end zone. A perfect shot by Gundy. The ball is going to be caught right here. Off of his shoulder.
Might have been slightly tipped. Hartley Dykes. A verbal commitment from them after this game. This is a very representative football team, folks. Last year they won 10 games. They went to the Sun Bowl. They beat West Virginia. And Oklahoma will keep their Big 8 title hopes alive. Who hadn't lost to Oklahoma State since 1976. Keep that streak intact. And Oklahoma State with their best chance maybe since 1966 of winning a game against Oklahoma here in Stillwater. The final score, the Sooners of Oklahoma 31 and the Cowboys of Oklahoma State 28. And Lee, for the 6th year in a row, another very close football game.
Well played game. The play that probably will go down in history here is the replay of the 15-yard penalty out of bounds on the Oklahoma State football player. This is just dropping to it. The game is over right now. Oklahoma's the winner.
Congratulations on a very close and tough victory.
Hey, thank you, Roger Lee. It was a great game. It was exciting all the way. I think that anybody who watched us tonight saw two fine football teams play and compete.
Barry, why did they give you so many problems defensively in the second half after you did everything you wanted to do early in the game?
Well, the third possession we took, moved the ball and fumbled when we made the first down. You know, they had the ball the third quarter and controlled it some, but you know, our offense they never really stopped us. It was a great drive to go win the ball game. You know, that was our last chance. We had to go do it right then.
Barry, what about Barry Sanders from the sideline? What do you look like?
Oh, he's a great back. I said that coming in the game. And Hartley Dykes is a great player. I tell you what, they're two of the best players at their position in the country.
Coach, what about the personal foul call at the end of the game?
Well,
Would you rather see the players and the coaches decide?
I tell you what happened. It was a fourth down. It was a third down, and they don't make the first. It was great defensive pursuit. It makes it a fourth and a foot, but their fullback, 32, made the Johning gesture, mouthed off to our players there, and the guy umpire called the penalty. We've had that called on us too before, and that they lost their poise right there, and it's a critical situation for them, and that's what beat them.
Coach, what about on the drive for the winning touchdown? 2 times you fumble the football, it bounces right back up to you. Another time, your quarterback turns around and Stafford knocks him for the first down. Is that the luck of the Sooners?
That's Sooner magic. That's Sooner magic. Lee knows that's a design play. Only football coaches recognize that, right, Lee?
You'll put it in next week, but I would like to say something about you went 80 yards, fourth quarter, away from home, vintage Oklahoma football, correct?
That's right. And I tell you what, it was a great drive. Charles Thompson did a great job, and Mike Gaddis was another great back on the field.
Oh, absolutely. Barry, congratulations on a great victory, and I know the folks around the country certainly enjoyed seeing these two teams from Oklahoma.
I'm 6-0 on ESPN. I don't like this.
Okay. Best of luck to you the rest of the way. Barry Switzer.
Thank you. Hi, Kerry.